Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of Season 1, Episode 7 of Trollhunters Tales of Arcadia, titled To Catch a Changeling. We start off with Jim having a fight with Drawl. A play fight, or not a play fight, more of a training fight. Drawl basically, teaching him what he needs to know, how to adapt, which he does, and ends up getting like a little score on Drawl, which makes Drawl proud, Eventually, he and Toby run off to meet Blinky, Arg, and Vendel at the museum so they can show him Galahad Bridge. Although shockingly, or unshockingly, they moved the damn bridge. Although the funny thing is, if these motherfuckers would have just walked around like for 5 more minutes, they'd have found it, because they didn't move it far. Later in the episode, we find out they moved it like maybe a total of 2 rooms over. I don't know. So Vendel's still a non-believer. While Blinky and Arg get a gaggle attack for Jim and Toby. A gaggle attack is basically this magical artifact which is going to turn a changeling from their human form to their troll form. I want to know who created the gaggle attack. Anyways, it's also shaped like a horseshoe, which is just funny as hell. So then, we have a montage of them trying to, reveal people. Eventually, Jim just straight up chucks it at Steve's head. He's still, sticking his head in the sand, refusing to believe that Strickler's won. But Toby, knows what's up, tries to get Strickler, but Jim, in a rare bout of stupidity, because plot apparently has to plot, stops Toby. Toby throws it at Strickler's feet and asks him to pick it up, but Claire picks it up and hands it to Jim. Which basically now reveals damn near everything. Strickler knows that the kids know about changelings and they got a gaggle attack, and now he just walks away threatening Jim, just like, "You better stay safe, young Atlas, or the weight of the world will crush you." I'd like everyone to remember that Strickler is in fact a villain right now. Anyways, then Jim, who's been demoted from main Romeo to understudy Romeo, while Steve's been upgraded from understudy to main, is now needing a math tutor. And it's Claire. Claire also has ulterior motives. She read Jim's letter that he wrote her at the end of the last episode, or Win, Lose, or Draw. And she wants to talk about it because, he told her everything. Now, he tries to, pass it off like trolls and monsters, or the metaphorical sense, fighting demons. This was a good little bonding moment for Claire and Jim, in the relationship. Also, this is kind of, when he runs off, he ends up running off because Toby went to the dentist and he assumed his dentist was a changeling. Attempts to get him, but doesn't. The gaggle that gets taken away by the dental hygienist, who turns out to be a changeling, attempts to kill him, but Blinky and Arg come and save the day, and hold her off. Jim comes in, leaving, Claire abruptly, which makes her suspicious, and poor baby Jim gets his first kill, killing Gladys, the dental hygienist changeling. And of course, their evidence, because she was supposed to be evidence for Vendel, but Blinky's just like, Vendel may still be a non-believer, but we believe, something like that. It was much more rousing, and inspirational from Blinky. And as they're leaving the destroyed place, Toby's like, "Do we got a magical artifact to fix this?" And Blinky's just like, "Ah, yes. I believe we call it a Tobias." And Toby's just like, "I was afraid you were going to say that." We then cut back to the museum with Bular and Strickler getting the news of Gladys' deaths. And Bular just coldly says, she served her purpose. And again, you know, they moved it like 2 rooms over. If they'd have just walked around, they probably would have found it. Anyways, a stone comes out of the fetch, which was introduced by No More a few episodes ago. And out on the rock is some writing. It's apparently confirmation that a new changeling has been chosen. And Strickler is loving that shit. Overall, I wouldn't... I think this was a bit on the weaker side of the episodes. I don't know. It just felt... I don't know. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.